is popping, everybody? Um, so this has been a week. I had a very hectic week, but I have a little time to talk about this since basically the start of the season is approaching us very, very shortly. The Milwaukee Brewers ended up deciding not to just trade Freddie Peralta. I thought that was it and they were going to go into the season. Instead, they made a very puzzling decision to trade Caleb Durbin, who he was the third. He was third in Rookie of the Year voting, and a lot of people were thinking maybe the Brewers found their guy at third base. And again, it shocked me because he had all those years left in control. And basically, it was just all for nothing. The trade is different. Here was the full trade. It was Caleb Durbin, Andrew Monasterio, and Anthony Siegler for Kyle Harrison, David Hamilton, and Shane Drowan. And Kyle Hamilton is a lefty pitcher who is supposed to be a starter. David Hamilton's just another utility guy. Shane Drowan's a guy that's in the minors. Andrew Monasterio was our utility guy. Anthony Siegler was a prospect that, in my opinion, was the worst guy I ever saw at the plate. But when you think the Brewers know what they're doing, they pull these moves, and then it's like, why? And it's silly. It's silly to me. So it's like, who does play the infield now? Who does? I don't know. I mean, the guy had so many walk-offs, clutch hits. He was the only guy that actually was hitting in the NLCS. I mean, I don't know what they kind of thought on this one. I really don't know. Now, I do trust Matt Arnold because not one time he made a bad move. We traded Josh Hader when he was starting to fall apart. We traded Corbin Burns when he was starting to fall apart. We traded Devin Williams when he was starting to fall apart. I'm assuming the same thing's going to happen with Freddie Peralta. It seems to be that we trade everybody right when they're supposed to fall apart and things have happened. Again, don't know what to think about it, but we maximize value at its highest. And while Durbin was a gritty guy, he was not the long-term solid first baseman. He grades out as a utility man, not a third baseman. His arm is not the greatest in the world. He's small, he's short. His strength isn't going... You want a guy who's going to stick out at that position for the rest of his career. Durbin, he's more better off being a second baseman, because of his arm. But because we have Terang being locked up, and I'm assuming we're going to extend Terang at some point, given that he was a Platinum Glove winner, and it's just, you just don't want to move Terang to another position. It's just impossible. But he's just an average arm. He's a great player, but he's not the long-time third baseman. We have all these prospects coming in. And I'm talking about Jesus Mate, who's already ranked number 3 in prospects, keep in mind. We know he's going to likely be the shortstop. We also have infielder Luis Pena. Now, I don't even know what position he'll have to go into. But again, this is a guy that we literally, a young talent. We also had Jet Williams, who we got in the Freddie Peralta trade. We got Cooper Pratt, who's been in our system for quite some time. They're acting like his defense is going to be huge. But where does he even fit in now with Mate? We also have MLB's number 1 third base prospect in Andrew Fisher. We have our draft pick from 2 years. It was 2 years ago. He's number 9 third base prospect Brock Wilken, known for being a power hitter. He was a mid-breakout in 2025 before his injury. He was looking like we have such a stacked infield coming in right now for the Brewers. Durbin was never going to get playing time. He was going to lose that playing time. And Durbin's value was very high But the data shows it's not going to get much higher. That's what you're going to see out of him. There's so much young talent that's most likely going to be better than Durbin, it's going to be different. And I think while Matt Arnold may have cashed out and left quite a prize, you got yourself a lefty starting pitcher that has a lot of work that Chris Hook can use in his system. You got Kyle Harrison. MLB is going to be in a very tough position going forward. For those who don't know, most likely we're going to be in a lockout next year because a lot of people, and it's most likely going to be a season where you might not even see the MLB season. Who knows? We might not even have baseball next year. I don't know. But there's a lot of rookies that are going to be coming in. But you can't sit there and tell me the trades that they just recently made for these young pitchers, Brandon Sproat and Kyle Harrison. Chris Hook is going to have a field day with these guys to make them big arms. He already did it with Quinn Priester. He's got 2 more guys that he can help turn around to make young pitchers. Chris Hook is the best pitching coach in all of baseball. We've seen him unlock these talents in all these people. We are going to be preparing for the worst probably in 2027. But the most important thing that we're getting out of this, and obviously David Hamilton and the other guy probably won't see the field, maybe. But really won't see the field. It'll probably just be David Hamilton only sees it like this year, and then because the guy stinks. But there's not much. And then they signed Luis Rengifo, which is a smart move. I guess you could say he's a utility guy, but most likely because of his experience, I think he'll probably be starting at third base most of the season. But yeah, the trade was because we need a lefty ace in there. Gasser's not the guy. I'm sorry. I know he had a strong start to his rookie campaign, but when he was out there at the end of last year, same thing, and he's reminding me of the same thing Ashby was. Ashby will never start games. D.L. Hall will never start games. Gasser, I just don't think is good. I'm sorry. We need that lefty guy. I thought Zerpa was going to be the guy they were going to position into a starter, but I guess given that they traded for him now, that changes everything. Sproat and Harrison, and I think Logan Henderson will all be starters by the end of the season. I think all 3 of them will be starting pitchers. And of course, getting Rengifo was a smart move. I don't think it's a long-term move, but a guy who can play third base, that's a smart move. Let's think about this. Kyle Harrison. Harrison was the number 23 prospect in MLB 2024 with the Giants, just like Quinn Priester was the top prospect with the Pirates, but never panned out. Diving into the numbers, it's obvious what the Brewers see. He's got a fastball. He's got a slurve. 86% of the pitches he threw were either the fastball or the slurve. Hitters had a nearly 195, slurve of 310 off the fastball. I mean, yeah, it's exactly what Quinn Priester is. It's no different. He's exactly the same situation as Quinn Priester. I mean, he threw only... I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in 2027. This could be a long-term situation. This year will be different. I think they can contend this year. David Hamilton, Luis Rengifo, and Jet Williams most likely will make up our infield if it really comes to it. I'm trying to think of anything else to say. I'm sad about it, but I understand why they had to do it. Especially with our young prospects coming in. It's just going to be very hard. I'm excited to see what really happens in the future. But in the meantime, let's just keep the positivity going. That's all I'm going to say. If you like what you see, subscribe below, comment your thoughts, and as always, we will see you next time. Go Brewers.